Hello again, EDF friends. Welcome back to our challenge run where we're trying to beat the whole game, Inferno Online Solo with Limits. We're on this mission, Mission 37, which is kind of rough actually. The reason I'm commentating later is because I tried many tries, many classes, many ideas, and I couldn't figure this mission out, honestly, without being a little bit tedious with Wing Diver or something like that. But so ultimately I just landed on using Fencer with a shield. Pretty strong. I have a blast hole spear, which is the best blast hole spear, which is nice, and I have the best shield I can have. It's not the great shield, but I like this one better because you can turn faster with it. And then I have two of those, two blast hole spears, two shields, and then I have the shield items. So one of the shield items is no knockback at all from enemy fire, which is very important if you're using a shield. Because, you know, if you don't have that, then you can never get in range to attack the enemies, especially with the limited range of the blast hole spear in this game. And then the other shield item is, I think it's 600% shield health, so that'll help me not have to worry about reloading my shield quite as often. So I tried Ranger. I think I mentioned that I tried Ranger for like 8 hours one day, trying to figure out different strategies if it's possible. Unfortunately, his sniping, his rockets, his weapons in general are just too weak to do this mission because, you know, the enemies have 2.6x health and damage, and if the NPCs are dead on this mission, it gets really rough really fast. So the best I could do with Ranger was actually I took a shotgun and a healing bomb, and I just went up front, took all the NPCs and just fought up front with the shotgun. And I could get to like the second phase, but still that was the best I could ever do. Because you could technically take all the NPCs to the back of the map, lay C-70 bombs, which I tried that as well, and then once they come into the area, just set the bombs off. But even then, I couldn't kill enough of them to where the rest of them would kill me. And there's another phase of that too after that, so yeah, it was a mess. I tried Wing Diver with the level 55 grenade launcher, plasma launcher, to try and knock out a bunch of them when they're clustered up together, but that didn't work because the NPCs would die too fast, and once they died, the range on these frogs is absolutely ridiculous. They would just chase me around, and I couldn't get my energy back enough to shoot that grenade fast enough. Not to mention, there's a phase later with a bunch of drones, I think it is. So, and then I tried Air Raider. Believe it or not, I tried Air Raider, and I used the bombing plans with Air Raider, just spamming bombing plans. I got pretty far with that, but once again, it always came down to the NPCs. Once they died, I was so helpless as Air Raider. There was not much I could do. The only thing I could think of was if you go into a helicopter and fly up in the air and drop what is it called, Cannon D or whatever cannon you have access to. But the negative of that is there's mortar frogs on this mission, so it's hard to stand in one spot with the helicopter because the mortar frogs can reach you up there. So a lot of challenges for this mission, quite honestly, a little bit more than I expected. So I just decided to go with Fencer with shield. I want to say I tried missiles with Fencer too, and it didn't go too well. I think at least. I'm not sure. Maybe this was the first try I had with Fencer, but yeah, shield is amazing. Shield's amazing to be up front, of course. I would say maybe it's a little bit too strong, but I would say it's probably better if they gave the shield item, instead of 100% damage reduction, just like 95%, so at least he's taking some damage. But that's kind of weird that they would eliminate all damage, all knockback. So as long as that shield's up, you're pretty much safe. So yeah, I just went with this strategy. So I'm just trying to stay up front right now, trying to keep all of them in front of me, of course, and just keep those NPCs alive as long as possible. Because you'll see later, actually, that the NPCs eventually do die, and it's just me, and it gets pretty rough even with a shield. Because if, say, I want to change my shield to a different shield, I have to lower my shield down for 1 second, and that may not sound like a lot, but if you have 25 colonists shooting at you, 1 second is a very long time. So this blast hole spear actually felt pretty good on Inferno online by myself. I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, I love the blast hole spear now. I think it's perfect. The range is, I think, perfect, and the damage is good, and it's good for close range fighting now. I kind of wish they would maybe increase the length of the distance on the first shot a little bit more, because I think it's like 64 meters or something. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. But even like the first shotgun, as you can see, like looks like it one-shot spiders, so not bad. So this mission is pretty rough. You have the first wave is just a bunch of colonists, and then there's another wave of colonists and ants, and there's another wave of colonists and spiders, and then that part's fine because I could actually get that far. Excuse me. I could get that far with air raider. I could bomb everything and keep the NPCs alive, but there's a phase which is coming in right now, I think it is, where there's 2 drop ships, one on each side of you, so they drop enemies on either side. So of course if you had 2 people in the map, then it would be easier. Each person could take a side of the map, but obviously I don't have that, and I'm very slow because I don't have a dash item, so for me to get to one side to the other is a very long time. So I just have to pick a side and defend, because there's a bunch of red colonists, shotgun ones, which are the worst, and then there's a bunch of ants, and I think there's green colonists as well. But I think the shotgun colonists, the red non-armored shotgun colonists, are probably the worst in the game, besides maybe the laser guy, because the way that they make enemies not as powerful in this game is they make them miss more. Like say they have a machine gun colonist and he's firing at you. If he's to make him not as powerful, he misses sometimes, or he'll aim left or right and miss you. Whereas the shotgun colonists, it doesn't matter if they aim a little bit to the right or to the left to try and miss you. They always hit you because their shotgun spread is so wide. So I think the shotgun guys are probably the most frightening. I mean, they have low health, which is nice, but besides the laser guys, the laser colonists, or laser cosmonauts, I think the shotgun guys are the most frightening. So yeah, here we go. I'm just trying to take one side and just try and defend this side, which I can't even do by myself, because for one, I have to get close enough, and it's very dangerous because if I get too close, they'll just eat my shield up, and then I'm pretty much stuck. As you can see, my shield health is below half now, so I have to actually go to the NPCs to get some cover because I'm getting very low on my shield, so I can switch shields. So now they're looking that way, so I can either reload or I don't know. Yeah, I reload my shield. And now this side is getting attacked with, and then of course there's drones added on top of this. This is a very, very tough mission. I actually almost die here because my shield wasn't up and I started attacking, which was a mistake, but it worked out. But yeah, as you can see, the NPCs are just getting eaten up here now in this phase. This is a very tough phase. So I have to try and get rid of all the red guys because they're the worst. If anything shoots me from behind right now, I'm dead. But yeah, this was the best I could figure out with Fencer. Yeah, I get down pretty low here, but I think I do. Yeah, I think I recover here pretty well, and then I'm able to heal up. Look at that, all those red dots on the map, and they're all surrounding you. That's the scariest thing with Fencer, because if you don't know what's behind you, whether it's a drone or an ant or whatever, you can just get one shot from behind. So I'm just trying to head over to the health now, and those guys are just about as good as dead because there's so many. The way this mission works at the end is kind of interesting. Once you get past this phase, there's a really bad phase of enemies, but they also give you I think it's 4 railguns that come out, and these railguns are absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if they can die. I think they can die, but they have so much damage, and it's pretty much, I think what the way the developer intended it seems like, is that once these railguns come out, they save the day in this chaotic battle, so they're not supposed to die. Somehow there's a Titan still alive, which is crazy. But the majorities are drones, which isn't too bad. I can deal with drones. But after this, I think the railguns start coming out, and then there's like 4 queen ants or something up front, and then a bunch more colonists. But the railguns usually destroy most of those. So yeah, a little bit disappointed that I had to, well, I guess it's not a big deal using the shield tactic on this mission, but I tried so many strategies, you don't believe me, so I didn't start with this shield strategy. But I don't know, I'm curious now about the missiles, if the missiles would actually work with Fencer. I'm not sure. But I knew ahead of time this mission was going to be a very tough mission to deal with, so I think we may have a few easier missions coming up, and then we'll get back into it. The next big one is going to be the one with the 3 ships that drop a bunch of ants, and then there's what else? Then there's 3 queen ants to the right of you, and then 2 red drones. I think that's going to be the tough one next, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that yet. I'm going to try a couple ranger strategies, but I'm not sure if it'll be possible. But yeah, almost done here. They actually do have spiders here. I think the railguns are out now. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think everything else dies besides those railguns at the end here. I don't see the ants yet, though. I'm pretty sure that's the phase. Maybe I haven't killed enough drones yet. This is a very cool mission. It reminds me of the DLC in EDF 4, where you're just holding out with like an open field with a bunch of enemies, and it's you against them, and you have a you have a bunch of help, and they have a bunch of help, and it's just a last stand. But of course, you get a couple air raiders on this mission. It's pretty fun. I'm always looking for times to reload my shield. Very important. Trying to keep an eye on. Here comes the railguns. Always trying to keep an eye on the shield, because that's pretty much the only threat. That's why I like to take, 2 shields. That way I can always switch to another one, have a backup. But I don't know. I think I like this shield better than the great shield sometimes, just for the turning reasons. You can turn very fast with it. But I think the other one, yeah, I want to say the great shield gives you like 180,000, 200,000 max health, whereas this particular brand of shield only goes up to like, I don't know, 60 or 70,000. So depends what you need in battle, I guess. As you can see, a headshot with this Blasto Spear is just nasty on these frogs. The non-armored frogs are very fun, because it's easy to shoot off their arms or shoot off a leg or something. It's fun because you can actually take advantage of the mechanic of trying to cripple them, and then you can finish them off. Whereas cosmonauts are a little bit more tough to do that, but you can still do that, of course. All right, here's the last phase, and the railguns. Let's see if any railguns die. Was that a railgun on the left there? I can't tell. I don't think so. But these things just absolutely wreck. Like, it's funny because you see a bunch of red dots here at the last wave, and then you think, oh my goodness, another wave. And then all of a sudden you just see them. You look down and you're fighting for a little bit, you look back up to the map, and all of a sudden everything's dead. So that's usually what happens here. But yeah, we did it. Figured out a way to do this one. I kind of view this as like a little bit of a cheap tactic, but it's fine. My goal is just to beat the game with the available stuff with limits on solo, so it's still in that. I am trying to do interesting strategies on the missions as well, so I'm not going to just... Because you could probably use a shield strategy in a lot of missions because it's very, very strong, but I'm not going to be doing that, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We just have it's like a minute more of this mission and it's over, so the next mission could be interesting. I think I can do it with Ranger, or I think I can do it slowly, but we'll see. It's kind of a rough mission, but I think we'll be fine on that one, honestly. It's the one with all the drop ships. It reminds me of Convergence without the shield screens. And then you have like a trap in the middle of it, which can be a little rough, but we'll see. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. So hope you enjoyed this and continue my journey to trying to finish the game with limits in solo online Inferno. And once again, thanks a lot for watching. And remember, EDF doesn't leave a man behind, ever. And if you'd like to help support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing, as it does make a big difference to help out. Thanks a lot.